Good day, ladies and gentlemen. MJ Givens here, Head Trader Traders Connect. Let's have a look at the markets, what we anticipate to see this coming week of the last week, by the way, of the month of May. I think the market is going to give us some volatile movements. As you all know, that hedge funds and money managers, they always look to play around with their positions whenever we are towards month end and as well as close their positions. So we are going to approach this from the COT perspective, also from the technical perspective, because we know what is happening behind the closed doors. If you know what hedge funds and money managers are doing, it doesn't basically mean that you're always going to be right, but it gives you an advantage on how to look at this. So what we have here is the dollar index. So we're going to start with our daily chart and see what we can basically get from this. So as you can see that we have a nice downward movement on the daily. We had a very significant and drastic movement to the downside. As you can see that we went up from 114 all the way down to $100, and as you can see that we are now playing within 104. So from 114 to $100 to $104. So yeah, let's see. If we take our fib from the highest point to the lowest point, we see that we've just passed our 0618 mark. However, we like at Traders Connect taking some trades on 0786 because that's where we know that at times people don't normally rely on this level, and this is where the market likes to tweak people and get some others, because obviously we know that the golden retracement is 0618. Hey, the money managers, the hedge funds, the big guys, they know about this level. So it doesn't mean that if you get a retracement on 018, it will always give you a retracement there. For us, it's not really safe, but we know that what is it that we need to look for when the market comes to that area. So as you can see that we're having a nice downward trend, and we have some kind of three touches here. So we are anticipating that we're going to see the strength in the dollar for this thing to move upper. On the upper side to come to the 104, 105 area there. And then as we go to the 4-hour, you can see why we say that we are anticipating this thing to give us an upward movement. So as you can see that we can basically wait for this market to, what is this? Is this 4 hours? No, this is definitely not 4 hours. I was surprised the way it moved down. Yes, I think this is 4 hours. Now it makes sense. Yeah, so as you can see that on the 4-hour, we're having a nice upward trend to the upside. However, we were anticipating that if this market comes back down to this area here, then we can reload our positions to the upside, currently having our long positions running on this. And also from the COT perspective, they're increasing their net long positions on the dollar. So we want to see after this coming Tuesday to see how the report will come out, the COD report. So if this market comes back to this area, then we can be looking at taking this to the upside. However, if you want to intraday, you want to get an intraday setup on this, my advice to you is wait for this market to give you a discount. Remember, guys, you always need to buy at the discount. As you can see that we're having a nice 1, 2, 3 touch there. So you want to figure out exactly where this market can go down. If this market decides to come around this area here, maybe you can reload to the upside. But as I said, that we are already up on this and we don't have any more leverage to take this, so we are already up on this. So we're going to see if maybe we can break even, hit our stop loss. So we're going to take profit, but we are up by 40 points at the moment, 40 to 50 points at the moment. So but we'll see. And I always say that the dollar index is just an opposite of the euro USD. So let's have a look at the euro USD. This is gold. All right, let's look at the euro USD. What do we have on the euro USD? So basically, it's just the opposite. This is just the opposite. Euro USD. As you can see, if I take my fib also from the low to the high, you will see that we just passed the 0618 mark, and we'll be looking at this thing coming further down. Then it's going to give us 3 touches from there. Okay, so basically this one gives us 3 touches from there. However, there's another window that you can look at this thing from. And this is where it gets tricky when it comes to forex trading. Not everything you do makes sense. At times you have to use your own discretion to figure out exactly how the market can play around. So I don't favor any upside on the euro dollar, simply because of, also from the CO2 perspective, they are decreasing their buy positions and adding more selling positions, by the way, and they are increasing their net long positions on the dollar. So I think we are going to see a significant strength of the dollar. However, remember, you do not trade with what you see, you react to basically the outcome of the market. So this, what I mean when I say don't just trade what you see, is because from where we are, some people see as a buy, some people see as a sell, and obviously you just have to wait. Your trading skill always comes with waiting. If you wait and see and anticipate what the market is trying to do, that's where you find an edge. So basically, by the look of things, we don't have any position running on the euro dollar, and I have a problem with the euro dollar, and I'll tell you why. Because we are not swing traders, we are basically intraday traders, but our setups, obviously, when we share our setups like this, is to show also the people that are interested in um, swing trading, right? So as you can see, the only problem that I have with the euro dollar, I'm going to 4 hours. So this thing at times can play around one area. And obviously, we're in the market to make money, not to fool around, not to behave. We've got a lot of things to do. So we don't just want the market just to behave the way it wants and be as it is. So as you can see, this was an interesting area here. I'm quite surprised that this market decided to have a retest here and bounce off there and come where it is. But I wouldn't be surprised if I see this thing go back up to take positions that are still there. I wouldn't be entirely surprised, and that's when it's gonna move back down, right? However, if it does fail to hold around that area there, then obviously look for this trap to the downside. To those that buy early get trapped, then you're gonna get this. Then we can make a decision around this area there with 1.08. That's when we can make a decision. Remember, we don't just buy and sell around significant areas. We know that every time you see a significant area, you must know that there might be a trap there. So that's how we're going to approach the euro dollar and British dollar, the cable. Basically, it's the same thing. I looked at the COT report for the British pound, and it's almost the same as the euro because they correlate a lot. So they are also decreasing their buying positions and adding to their selling positions. And again, the dollar, they're increasing their buying positions. So wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes down. We wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes down. So on the 4 hours, you can see we have a nice downward trend to the downside. This is a nice trend to the downside. However, if it comes again, same setup as the dollar, if it decides to come back again here. Oh, by the way, and on Friday, I saw a nice move on this, but unfortunately we couldn't capitalize on this. I saw a nice move on this, but unfortunately we couldn't capitalize on this. This is what I saw on the 1 hour. When this market decided to come back to this area, I knew there were others there. It gave us an accelerative movement to the downside and decided to go back up. This is where I missed it. And I wanted to have an order, but somehow I got distracted by something and I couldn't take it. So yeah, be on the lookout for this. For those that are trading this on the intraday level, this might give you something like this to the downside. However, if it does not, just look to be having something like this. So that's our approach on the British pound USD. Let's have a look at the British pound Japanese. Also a very nice setup on this. Quite excited to be trading this because this is so obvious. Look, what a lot of people might be thinking that we are going to have a retest here, and I think the setup looks exactly the same as the CAT Japanese, but we'll get into that in a minute. So as you can see, if this market decides to come back down here, I'm telling you it's a lights out, because what's going to happen, a lot of people are going to buy this. And I'm not saying it's not going to transpire the way people anticipate it to, but I'm saying that I've with my 9-10 years plus of trading, I know that this normally doesn't work, where you have a market that will retest a certain area then comes back down. Normally on stocks it does, but on forex, believe you, most of the time it does not, because that's what people are taught, that you approach resistance, you come and you buy at this area. This is not where. This is a sucker trade. I won't be taking a buy there, and I'll tell you why, because it's too easy to see. So this is how we're going to approach it. If this market decides to come back down here, we are going to be looking at the downward trend from the top. If that's our peak formation at the top there as arguably a head and shoulder, then we are going to be taking this to the downside. We are going to be taking this maybe around this area here, maybe, and this is maybe around this area here. That's when maybe we can look for buying positions to the upside, because we're going to take our trend line from here, and guys, this is on the 1 hour, right? Yeah, maybe around that. That's when we say, okay guys, maybe let's try to get some positions to the upside. But as it stands, no ways. I cannot take a buy here. Maybe a short-term buy, but I can almost guarantee that the market doesn't normally work. Like, who am I? I'm not God. So, but I'm just trading with experience, and I know how I've back tested this. I know, I understand the behavior of Japanese pairs. So let's go to the Euro Japanese. Almost the same thing. If you notice, guys, I normally trade similar setups. If you notice, I normally trade similar setups, and I'll tell you why. Right. So you see, this is what I was saying. This is what I say. How many people think, okay, fine, this was a nice uptrend, right? This was a nice uptrend. This is what I'm saying, guys. Look, this is a nice uptrend. How many people buy here? A lot. And thinking that it'll go up. It will not go up, because that's too easy. That's too easy. So again, I'm not looking to be involved in this, maybe, and that's maybe if we come to this area. But like I said, according to the COT report, we have hedge funds and money managers, non-commercial companies rather, selling a lot of, closing a lot of positions on their buy, and also adding positions on their sell. So yeah, maybe let's look to be taking this thing to the downside. So if this thing comes here, we can be looking for this, and that's when we can go down. This will make sense. Intraday setup, and you leave it the way it is. Let it not bother you. Don't bother it as well. Catch Japanese as well. This is a setup people can take advantage of. I don't know how you're going to put your trend line, but I would prefer to take my trend line from here. And guys, maybe some of you are watching and are like, why don't you go to the daily? I'm not going to the daily, because if I've went on the daily on British USD, I can definitely tell, because these things, they normally correlate. If I went on the daily on Japanese, British Japanese or British USD, I can almost tell you that these things are identical. So that's why I'm just showing you on intraday level, right? And we don't trade like other people. Look, people have different styles of trading, and we simply try to be different, because you understand that this thing of coming from a daily and whatnot, just to give you an overall picture, but it doesn't give you an overall direction. So yeah, be careful of this, guys. Please be careful of this. This thing might buy here, trap you on the downside, and take it opposite direction. That's why most of you are like, hey, it was going my way and I started losing, then it went my way. This is the setup there. Catch Japanese. However, guys, I think maybe let me also give you a setup if it fails. If this thing decides to come back down here, it's only fair for those that are looking for selling position. It's only fair, but I favor buying positions. I just favor buying positions only around this level. But if it bounces back up, because on 15 minutes it will be giving me a downtrend to the downside, so that's when I can capitalize on selling until this point and buy it back again. All right, let's have a look at I think we're done with the forex market. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. That's what everybody was waiting for. The Nasdaq. Okay, some interesting setups. As if you're in South Africa, I don't know if you noticed that the dollar thing is on the all-time high. We are nearing $20 a dollar. Interesting times. Interesting times. I will want to see this on the month. And I'll tell you why. Normally, when you go to the month, you try to get a picture of what is happening here. Can you see that we have a level here that we want to come to, and we don't know how long it will take to go to that level? So rather, you have a clear picture of what you see there. Right? Are we coming to this point? Nobody knows except God, as I always say. Nobody knows if we're coming to that level. So you as a trader, your job is to react to what you see, right? So this also can be a third touch there. Then maybe that's when now you can say, okay, this might be a significant area, because around this level here, you see what this market did. It was bouncing off that area for some time. So around that area there, that's when now you can say, look for certain positions, right? But guys, the way it looks, I wouldn't want to mess around with this thing. I would actually wait. If you're swing trading this, I would actually wait and see and try to figure out what is happening here, because something doesn't make sense. The way it was so powerful going up, and all of a sudden you're just seeing all these things go down and up. I don't trust it. This market can easily do this. That's what I anticipate. Going down now, I'm not sure about that. I don't think we're done. I don't think we're done going up. I doubt. Sorry about that. Okay, I think that's about it. That's what we have on the Nasdaq. I will stay tuned. Then I'll be making another video on Bitcoin and some stocks. Have a profitable week, guys. And by the way, it's Monday today, and we are having a bank holiday for Swiss franc. We're having a bank holiday for the euro dollar. The dollar. We're having a bank holiday also for the British pound, as well as the euro. Thank you, guys.